Hello friends, I'm Prashanth Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Sociocratic. So we are discussing about the 10th standard social science textbook lessons. And today, let us discuss about another lesson in business studies. So it's the unit 3rd of the business study lesson, Globalization and Business. So in this lesson today, we will discuss about the meaning of globalization and the factors which include in the globalization and main characteristics of globalization, positive effects, negative effects, and also about the functions and aims of WTO. This much we will discuss today. So let us start. So what is globalization? Actually, the globalization is not a new phenomenon. It's an old one. From the period between 1870 to 1913, this trend towards globalization, world was moving towards globalization. And after 1980, since globalization achieved a great progress, and especially it is playing very important role in the economy of any country. Yeah. So let us discuss what is globalization. So meaning, the growing economic interdependence of countries worldwide through increasing volume and variety of cross-border transaction in goods and services and of international capital flow, and also through the more rapid and widespread diffusion of technology. IMF gave this definition of globalization. So globe, the world. So here in the picture you can see interlinked. The growing economic interdependence, actually the countries, they are depending each other. It is increasing, that increasing economic interdependence between the countries everywhere throughout the world. And here what happens because of that, the volume and variety of cross-border transaction from one country to another country of the goods and services. The goods and services will be exported or imported from one country to another country, and with that one country will invest on another country, international capital flow, and also through the more rapid widespread diffusion of technology. Technology is diffusing, and everywhere technology necessary, the exchange of technology, etc. So that is globalization. So from this definition we can get some words. So it is clear that in the globalization, increasing cross-border movement of goods and services. The globalization says about the import and export of goods. One good will cross the border of the country and goes to other country. From that country it will come to this country. So like that, increasing, that trade increases, business increasing between the countries. And international flow of capital, technology and information. Capital flow, investment from other countries will increase. So one country will invest not only in their country, in other countries also they will invest. So while investing, they will start industries, etc. At that time, technology also goes out of that country and it will go to other countries. And information. So IT, information and technology, that will flow from one country to another country. And formation of one worldwide market. So here, by obtaining raw materials from cheap market here, in one country, for example in India, if we are getting the raw material very costly, or if it is not possible to get here, and we can search that raw material in any country wherever it is cheaper, and we can purchase it from that country, and we can bring it here and you can convert it into finished good, or you can invest money in that country and you can establish industries, and from the raw material whatever it is available cheaper in that country, we can use it and we can convert that into finished good and we can start a business. So full world become one market and the goods will get worldwide market. So that is globalization. Production of goods in any region of the world at a cheaper cost. You don't have to produce the good or prepare the good in your country. You can go to America, you can go to Japan, you can go to Germany. You can invest there or those country people, they can come to India. They want to come to India because here natural resources, raw materials available, cheap labor available. So they will come here. And with that, market also available. We don't have to export or import here. So investment. Wherever the population is more, investment is easy. So these goods, any goods can be produced in any corner of the world. That is globalization. We understood these factors are clear by this definition. So that is globalization. Next we have discussed about factors which include in the globalization. We will give the goods and we will take money. Actually, globalization refers to the worldwide phenomenon of technology, technical, economic, political and cultural exchange. Here, exchange takes place between the countries, not only in the goods. Technical exchange possible, economic means trade possible, political exchange possible, cultural exchange. So everything is possible. So, the doors of the countries open for everything and encourages international capital and trade. International flow of capital possible. Any country can invest in our country. We can invest in other countries and trade, free trade. So that is the main thing. And creates a free trade zone by removing the import and export duties. Many duties can be removed. All those tax on the goods which are imported will be removed or reduced. As a result, free trade zones. So as we for example, if we are in Karnataka, we produce some goods here, to sell that one to other state, how freely we will move, like that in other countries also it is possible. So like states, here countries. Through container services in shipping, it reduces the transportation expense. The transportation expense also reduces because of container service in the shipping. Yeah, so bulk goods can be exported. As a result, the transportation expenses reduces and reduces the restrictions on capital investment or removes the barriers on capital flow. Here, before the introduction of this globalization, so there were restrictions on the capital investment, and that restrictions not allowed the people to come and invest. So now that removed, that barriers, that hurdles, that removed for the capital flow. So easily any country can invest in any country. Okay, creates subsidies to the Worldwide Trade Organization, which create subsidies. So helping them. As a result, worldwide trade organizations are, they try to improvement possible. It will boost up them and creates harmonization of intellectual property laws. And here, property laws are, it will be equal in all the countries. Harmonizing that one. Otherwise, it will be different one. So as much as possible, if it is equal, that property law, then to invest and start industries, etc., for the trade, everything is very easy. If it's a different law, different rules and regulations, it's difficult. So these are the factors which include in globalization. Okay. Next, let us discuss about the characteristics, main characteristics of this globalization. So again, repetition is there. Increase international trade at a faster rate. The international trade increases. When the doors are open, easily we can go. Otherwise, we have to knock the door, we have to get permission, then we have to enter there and make the agreement, then we have to take the goods. How much restrictions? And their rules and regulations, our rules and regulations, we have to match. Then only after getting permission from the government, etc., we have to start the trade. Now it is not like that. Because of globalization, which increases international trade at a faster rate, increases the international flow of capital, same time. I already explained. Flow of capital will be increased. Creates international agreements leading to organizations like WTO, OPEC, etc. So international agreements will increase. And that leads to organizations like WTO, World Trade Organization, oil producing and exporting countries. So like that. So OPEC countries, they together make the agreements. There again, free flow is possible. Development of global financial system. Global financial system. The companies which finance that not only in one country, in other countries also, wherever you go, they are ready to finance. So global financial system start. Increases the role of international organizations like WTO, WIPO, etc. Yeah. So here, the role of international WTO, World Trade Organization, is one organization of UNO, and WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. So their work, their role increased, because when trade increases, their role also increases. There may be some confusions, clash, etc. They will solve it. Yeah. So increases economic practices like outsourcing by multinational corporations. So that increase economic practices like outsourcing by multinational corporations. These multinational companies are there, they will outsource. Outsourcing means, so they will not come and work here. For example, one company, German company, they will establish their branch here and they will give that work to the Indians. So this much you have to produce. This is the project. You have to complete it and submit to us. And another project they will give to another country. So like the projects they will give, and full work will be distributed. And so when we complete, we will get some amount, or these workers, employees, they will get employment opportunities and also salary they will get. So work we will do for the German company. So that is outsourcing. Okay. So this is the one characteristics. Next, creates international cultural exchange. Cultural exchange also takes place. When trade takes place, with that not only trade, not only business, everything will go there. Food, everything, culture, everything goes there. So mixture of culture, foreign culture we will do, our culture they will follow. Actually, whatever we have, we don't want that one. Others we will feel nice and we will accept that. Spreading of multiculturalization and better individual access to cultural diversity. So here, the multiculturalization, because of the contact with the many countries, this culture mix up and cultural diversity comes. One way it is okay, but another way we will lose our own identity because of mix of everything. We will forget the Indian culture and we will blindly follow the foreign culture. That negative effect let us see later. So multiculturalization and better individual access to cultural diversity possible. Creates international travel and tourism. So tourism and develops. Yeah, and freely they can come. Freely means not travel expense they have to give, but conditions are this. And as a result, tourism develops. Greater immigration includes illegal immigration also. Yeah, so here immigration, people migrate from one place to another place. With that, terrorists also will come. Illegal immigration also starts. Anyway, free, no? We can move freely. So they will come and create some problem. So it is a negative. Spread of local foods. Local food. Idli, chutney, dosa, etc. from India, it will go to foreign country. Pizza, burger, noodles, etc. coming to India. So food also exchange. And development of global telecommunication infrastructure and great trans-border data flow. So here telecommunication system develops and great trans-border data flow will take place. From with America we can contact, with England we can contact, with Germany we can contact, and the world becoming a small one. When we remove the blow from the balloon, it will become shrinking. It is shrinking. It will become small. Like that, the full globe becoming smaller one because of the technological development, telecommunication development, and internet development. and improve exchange of data technology, internet communications, communication satellite and cell phones, etc. With anyone in any distance of the world, any corner of the world, you can talk, you can look at them, video call possible, and within a fraction of seconds you can exchange the data, you can exchange the information. It is possible. There is a technology. So this technology helps in the globalization. So these are the main characteristics which include in globalization. Next, we have to see pros and cons. What is the advantage? First, let us see. Then disadvantage. First, let us think positive one. Advantages or positive impacts of this globalization. How it is helpful. Globalization promotes economic growth and generates a wider range of products and services. See, economic growth possible here. We can invest and we can get employment opportunities, etc. It is possible, and wider range of products. See, any goods of China, America, Germany you can get here. Indian goods you can get there. And not only Indian goods, other country goods we are getting a wider range. Choice more. You can choose. Yeah, our selection will be more. Yeah, helps to increase the standard of living. When the capital flow comes here, other countries they will invest here. Many countries, other countries, international companies they are coming here. Multinational companies, they will provide employment opportunities. So we will get income. When our income increases, standard of living also increases. Yeah. So in this way, the standard of living of the people increases, and made available the similar type of products all over the world. Whatever the product you are getting here, you can get in America also, in Germany also, in France also, England, everywhere you can get. Yeah, and increase the GDP of a country because of the investment, because of the trade, etc. Gross domestic production increases, GDP increases. Okay, and helps to increase the income of the people, employment opportunities. Because of that, income increases. Yeah, and customers are offered a much wider choice of goods and services. Petition, much wider choice we can get in the goods and services. Which one you want, you can select. Your choice. The customers will be the masters here. Competition keeps the cost down. So here another one. Many goods are there in the market. Same type of good from different companies we are getting. As a result, what happens? Competition. I have to get more profit. So now I have to get more market, more customers. As a result, discount I will give. So one company, if they give discount, another company give more discount. So the cost of the production, that goods reduces. So it is beneficial for the customers. So we will get very quality goods in the market for cheaper rate. Yeah. So here they can't cheat. If they are not giving the quality, if they keep the price high, people will go to another one. Choice is there, you know. So they have to keep the cost down. Promotes specialization. Yeah, specialization important. When the industries increases, when the technology increases, so people required to work in the one field that takes specific technology necessary, and their specialization necessary. As a result, education also develops there towards that specialization. IT field or so any BT field, everything increases. So specialization increases. And economic interdependence among different countries can improve political and social. See, economic interdependence necessary. For trade, they have to depend each other. As a result, with that, their relationship develops politically and socially. Their links improve, and good relationship develops. Yeah, these are the advantages actually. So by looking at these advantages, we can't come to the conclusion that there is no negative impact. Definitely it is there. Positive and negative are the two faces of a coin. And here, because of this globalization, it created a new challenge to the world, and which gave a new U-turn to the world. So as a result, while taking the U-turn, some problems also coming with us. Which are the negative effects? See here, So positive and negative effects, if you see, say accountability, integration of economies, equality, that inequality also there. Communication develops, recognition, say here food, etc. And trade versus aid, outsourcing I told, brands, different brands we can get, exploitation possible in the negative effect, let us see, growth possible, positive also, negative also, poverty increases, environmental pollution is common, monopoly power it is increases, negative, and capitalism, so negative, see, and culture, many times culture exchange, okay, culture we'll forget, free trade, so free trade, is it good, the negative effect, let us see, technology and the internet, both positive and negative are there. World is shrinking, world is becoming small, that one I told, terrorism increases, so like this many impacts here, these are all impacts, positive and negative, good and bad, both here. And let us see the negative disadvantages or negative impacts. See, the big companies from different countries, they will come and grab everything, they will use the technology, they will use the resources, like octopus, from everywhere they will suck, and here the symbolizes this became desert, and the people inhabitant of that country, they are getting very less. Yeah, this is a negative actually in the picture, it is nicely picturized that way. Okay, let us see. Increase the child labor and slavery. How child labor increases? The greedy owners of the company, they want to make more profit. To make more profit, because the competition is there in the market. To face the competition, they have to keep the costs down. So cost of production, the price should be down, cost of production should be down. As a result, they will employ some children, because for them less salary enough, and as a result the cost of production reduces, no? So child labor increases, and slavery also there, without giving more salary they are taking more work, that is slavery actually. So this is actually because of the greedy companies, they were doing it. Yeah, so mainly to cut down the cost of production, they are doing this one. This is the negative impact. Actually, whoever may be the educated, also those who are going for the companies, just observe how they have to work, how much they have to work. They are getting 1 lakh rupee per month, it's okay salary, but how much work they are taking from them. They are living like machines actually. You have to understand. Unethical practices in business dealings. The globalization, because the competition is there, to face the competition, some unethical business they will do, unethical practices in the business they will do. Totally they have to make the profit, they have to survive in the market. So in that, sometimes what happens in other companies, so they will make something and showing that this company is producing the goods like this, which is harmful to them. So like that they will spread some wrong news about other companies. So they're unethical. Or they may mix something outside, they will not show that. That is also unethical. Help the terrorists and criminals. Free flow will help the terrorists, because here what happens, the weapons they are getting easily. With the other goods, weapons also coming. Terrorists they will get, criminals they will get weapons. So that will help them. And cities became garbage dumps and pollution level are sky high. Here, because of the concentration of industries, cities became garbage dumps and pollution, environmental pollution is so high. And fast food, you know that McDonald's, KFC and junk foods are there. So that came from other countries with this globalization, which results in the degradation of health and spread of diseases. Yeah, obesity comes and many diseases will come. Hormone variation also comes. Traditional food habits are being slowly disappearing. Our traditional food, which is helpful for our health, to improve our immunity power and nutritious values, whatever we had in our traditional food. Now it is not there. We don't want that. We want junk foods. And we want Maggie. It is enough. Just like that. Rich are becoming richer and poor remains poor. The gap between rich and poor increasing. Rich people, they will invest more and take more. Poor people, they are in the same. And viral diseases like AIDS, cancer, dengue fever, COVID-19 present, etc. spread all over the world because of this. Yeah, environmental degradation, I told already, destroy domestic industries because of the competition here from other countries. They are coming easily. China made good, just observe, cheaper one, very cheaper one. Industries which are working in India destroyed because of this dumping of foreign goods, cheap goods. Yeah, we can't stop that. Only we are shouting, we have to ban the China made good, etc. But we can't, it is not possible because we already signed GATT and this globalization is, we can't stop. People themselves, they have to stop. It is not so easy. We already addicted to that. Okay, and increase unemployment. How? Employment opportunity we told. There it's okay. Those who are depending on domestic industries, they lose their job. There unemployment increases in the rural area, etc. Yes. So these are the disadvantages of this globalization. Okay. And now we have to see here one part. There is a WTO they had given, and World Trade Organization. It is only the global international organization dealing with the rules of trade between the nations. Yeah, its head office it is in Geneva in Switzerland. Okay. On 1st January 1995, this WTO was established. At present, 149 countries are there. So, what are the major functions of this WTO? Let us see. Bring into force the trade agreements throughout the world. So, it will bring the trade agreements between the countries of the world. Administering the world trade agreements as a mediator. Between the countries, whatever the agreement it made, it will administer that. Stress for free and independent trade. It is stressing for that. For globalization, it is supporting. It is a pillar for that. Solve trade disputes. Trade dispute between the countries will be solved by WTO. Striving to reduce the tax in international trade. It will try to reduce the international trade tax between the countries. So it will help to increase the flow of goods and services. Bringing international trade under legal framework. Any international trade, if it is, it should bring under legal framework. As a result, some rules and regulations will be applied for that, and there should not be any confusion and clash between the countries for that purpose. And assistance to underdeveloped nations. They will provide assistance to underdeveloped nations or developing nations. Bringing efficiency in production and trade by utilizing resources effectively. Whatever the resource we have, by using effectively without wasting, the production should come efficient. Yeah, so that is the major functions of this WTO. Now we have to see what are the aims of WTO. Decreasing cost of living and increasing standard of living. Cost of living should be less and standard of living should be more. That was their intention. Settling dispute and reduce trade tension between the countries. Any trade tensions are there, disputes are there, it will be solved and reduce the problems. Stimulating economic growth and employment. It will help to increase the economic growth and employment opportunities. Reducing the cost of doing international business. Any international business, whatever we are taking, its cost should be reduced. As a result, the price of the goods also reduces. Encouraging good governance of this trade business, etc., or any problem between the countries in the trade, etc., it will be solved. And contribution to promote peace and stability. As a result of the relationship between the countries in the trade, so definitely the relationship develops, which helps in the peace and security and stability in the country. So these are the aims of WTO. So totally globalization helped and also created problem. So how we take that is the important one. As much as possible, we have to use it like fire. Fire can be used for cook, and fire can be used to burn others. So let us use it positively, and let us take the help of that. So thank you for listening to me, and this is about globalization of business. Thank you very much.